Hi, this is Doso with your dose of divine guidance, back with another video. Currently, as I'm looking at my followers list or subscriber list, I have 67 followers. No doubt that's going to be changing, but this number 67 is going to come in very important shortly. So today's video is about a dream that I had yesterday. So I say um, Number, number 67 is the overarching number. So this message is brought to you by number 67 with a side of 1010, 1101, or 111, and 888. Those numbers you can look up yourself as also 123. I'll give like a short meaning of each one for those ones, but I'll go a little bit more in depth with the number 67. Let's get into the dream that I had last night. And it was not last night, the night before. So I had to write this message out yesterday. Um, and then I believe it was yesterday night. So it was from the previous night, but that morning yesterday when I woke up out of that dream. So here's the dream. So yesterday, I had a dream about my brother wanting to eat pork. Two of our brothers and my sister and my mom were all in the kitchen. When, oh yeah, we were all in the kitchen when this was mentioned to my mom. Apparently, he had mentioned this before, and she was able to convince him not to. Um, but this time he was adamant. I had to write this down because I didn't want to forget anything. He was adamant, determined, and on a mission to try pork. I laughed and told her. She looked, she looked shocked. And I laughed and told her, "This isn't the first time one of your children ate pork." Her face, um, okay, one of your children ate pork. In fact, my sister, I told her, told me that she ate pork, a time when I accidentally bought her Atabata burrito. I told her to throw it away. Instead, she decided to eat it behind my back, and she told me that she ate it later, and she really liked it. That's not all. She even told me that she decided to buy our younger brother one also. The one and our younger brother there's two brothers, one that's older than her, one that is younger than her. So she bought the one that was younger than her an Atabata burrito because she wanted him to try it. The older one was the one that's wanting to try the Atabata, or wanting to try pork. The younger one, my little sister bought it for him, and she didn't tell him that it was pork. She didn't tell him that it was pork, and so she bought it for him. Um, and she told him, and she gave it to him, and he thought it was delicious. And then she told him it was pork, and he was shocked, but ultimately said, "It's delicious too." This is a dream that I'm having that I'm explaining. Um, and my sister told me she did this because she didn't want to be the only one who ate pork and liked it. My mom looked shocked, indignant, like, "I can't believe you." She was disgusted. I told her not to act so shocked and remember when she told me about the time she ate pork, lumpias, and didn't know that what she was eating at the time, but she told me that it was delicious and she enjoyed it. And then when somebody told her it was pork, she ultimately spit it out and threw up. And then when she remembered, she started laughing. We all laughed and shared these stories. So I tell you this dream, it's really interesting because like in my culture, um, people are Muslim. They're not supposed to eat pork. My family is Muslim, so they're not supposed to eat pork. So here I am having a dream about um, different family members eating pork, and all of us have one way or another have tried pork, you know, and loved it, and we're enjoying it. And my brother's like super adamant about, one of my brothers, the one that hasn't tried it, he's like super adamant about, I need to try this, and she's like, no. So let's get into the meaning of the dream. Pork, the forbidden, the unspoken, the inherited, the inherited rule. Um, you may be looking to push against a boundary created by your tradition. This could be you contemplating leaving a religion of your forefathers, trying something labeled unclean by doctrine, not lived experience. Maybe you've been told, when you leave this religion and try some, if you leave this religion and try something else, you know you'll be unclean and you're gonna go to hell. um, Pork here stands for all inherited and prohibitions. Date, maybe even you might be considering dating someone that's not of your culture, trying something new that you know your family has, you know, been saying has never tried it before, but others have in your family members have contemplated it or have done it behind, you know, at other members' families' backs, but they're all afraid to express that what they really want and what they really want to do, because it's just tradition. We have to save face. We have to follow certain rules and regulations of culture and norms and so and such. So maybe you're wanting to date somebody from a different religion, culture, creed. The dream in the dream, my brother is being adamant. Um, and so this signifies, you know, the next generation is no longer negotiating. You're no longer wanting to negotiate with those who come before you. You are starting to see things differently than them, or you already are. You or someone in your family line is ready to choose for themselves without shame. Oftentimes, we come into this world with to parents and families who have a certain way of looking at the world and life. And a lot of the times, we are expected to follow suit. I'm talking to someone who is ready to say, I'm ready to choose my own way, and even if it disrupts tradition. So the channeled songs, hi, thank you for supporting. So there's like some channeled songs that came up. So the channeled song goes, one of them is "Go Your Own Way" by Fleetwood Mac. So someone, I definitely recommend somebody to listen to that song. You might find messages in that song for you. "Riding Solo" by Jason Derulo. The Fleetwood Mac one is more about you going on your own path and choosing your own way in life. Writing Solo by Jason Derulo is about, you know, finally leaving a toxic relationship and moving forward from that person, not thinking that you were going to be able to uh, leave. Maybe they thought, when pigs fly, this person's going to leave me. They're always going to be here, and you finally decided, this this isn't for me. Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm writing solo, and you're happy with the choice that you've made. And then the next song that is was channeled was "Winds of Change" by Scorpions. This song is about change blowing in, and I'm thinking instantly of the number five. You know, five, and I, I saw 95, like 9 minutes and 59 seconds. So to me, or something of that nature. So 9 is about endings, Um, 5 is about change. So a new change and an ending of a certain way of thinking is, coming in for you. So here we go. The laughter and the storytelling in the dream that I'm talking about. Um, the laughter in the dream and the storytelling is about releasing ancestral tension. Spirit is showing you that the truth was already happening quietly. Everyone had crossed the line in small ways. The fear around the rule was heavier than the act itself. When the story when the story comes out, the spell is broken. What was unclean becomes human. What was taboo becomes neutral. What was feared becomes shared. So like in the dream, my mom's shocked. Why is she shocked? And she remembers, and then she laughs. So the doctrine is telling so the divine is telling you that the authority figure, your parent or your mentor, is confronted with their own humanity, meaning, oh, like I've thought about this change myself. It's just they were unable to do that change, make that decision, because they had family stopping them. They had mentor stopping them, some other thing other than themselves that they were being stopped by. I see 12:03 on the clock there. So moral rigidity softens when truth is remembered. Judgment is dissolved into recognition. Spirit shows you even the rule breaker, or even the rule breaker steps outside the rule, or even the rule bearer steps outside the rule. So it's also showing you about the energy of hypocrisy. Don't do this. Do as I say. Don't do as I do. You know, and looking at that and saying, I'm not gonna listen to someone who is doing what I think, who's already doing what I think I should be doing, and they're telling me don't do it. Obviously, take this with a grain of salt. Make sure that this isn't about illicit uh, substances. I still be careful with that kind of stuff. This is more like you know general things. Leaving a religion. Yeah, things that are not physically harming to yourself. Okay. Um, when confronted with when they are confronted with the truth, the indignation turns to laughter. Okay. So your role is the carrier, the harmonizer. You remember what others forget. Um, you speak you speak of what is usually hidden. Remove shame by naming reality. You remove shame by naming reality. You turn fear into shared understanding. You are the truth seeker, the truth teller, the curse breaker in your family, the awakened one. 14:30. To me, that's when I see 143, that means I love you from spirit. Thank you, spirit. What is forbidden no longer holds power. When truth is shared without fear, speak your truth. You're in a cycle of gentle ancestral unwinding, not destruction. What was what was made to be heavy is now becoming light. The weight and the heaviness was the belief that you had to prove yourself and prove your love through compliance, you know, agreeing to what other people want for your life or what other people think you should do. um, you know um, so, and also the fear of being seen, judged, rejected for choosing differently. You are no longer allowing this fear to hold you back from choosing what is right for you. You are evolving past ancestral limitations. You are evolving past the silent pressure to uphold rules when lived experiences contradict them. The unspoken truth, um, the unspoken truth that many had already crossed the line, but have to carry it alone. So by telling each other, like, hey, like, I feel this way, and oh, you felt that way too, you're kind of allowing everybody, you're harmonizing with everyone, you're harmonizing, and you're creating understanding between the family and you. This message was brought to you by the number 67. And I always told myself, if somebody comes to me about 6 7 one more time, like, I think it's like a thing that little, younger people are doing. But I've seen this number so many times, I cannot deny but to get this message out. I feel like Spirit wants to speak to the youth, a younger population, maybe from 18 and to 25 or so. And should even younger people find themselves in this video, this message is also for you. Um, YouTube asked me if I wanted to talk to the youth, but because I could possibly cuss on here or say something that's inappropriate, I have just relegated myself to speaking to adults on here. But it should somebody younger find their way to this video, this message is for you. So, so this is like the different ways I saw number 6 7. Okay, I was at the gym and a football player's jersey read 6 7. And then I was also watching the screen, and it cut to soccer, and the soccer player was turning 67. And then yesterday in my class, as I'm in the doctor of acupuncture. Yeah, I mentioned that I have 67 subscribers, and I was like, this is crazy. In my fundamentals of Chinese class, someone, my teacher lives in Minnesota, so they were talking about the weather, and they said, hey, the weather here is 67 degrees. And I was like, no freaking way. And then I was mentioning to my partner about that there's only 38,000 acupuncturists in all of the United States, and 1/3 of them live here in San Diego, not San Diego, live here in California, or 1/3 of them are here in San Diego. And so what we found out was it I divided 1/3 by 3,800, and let me see. Let me do that real quick, because the number tripped me out. I was like, not again, not 6 7 again. Oh my God. Let's put this in the calculator. Hold on. One moment. It was one thousand. It was one thousand 266.67. So that was wild. That was wild. So let's get into the meaning of 67. So 67. So, six, heart and responsibility. The number six carries the message of love, family, moral integrity, choices made from the heart. The divine is showing you you are acting from truth, not rebellion. Your decisions are rooted in love, even when in when involved when they involve boundaries. You are honoring connections without self erasure. Number seven, divine wisdom and inner authority. Seven is about sacred knowing. You're being guided by your wisdom. You have reached a spiritual maturity. You trust that you trust what you sense without external validation. The divine says you are no longer outsourcing your truth. Thank you, Sabriel. Um, your discernment is sharp and protected. You are listening. You are listening inwards, and that is being affirmed. So number six, seven together. You know, number six and seven unite. Spirit says your heart and your wisdom agree. You are balanced. You're balancing love and sovereignty. You care deeply without compromising alignment. The path you are walking is spiritually correct and gently protected. So why did number six seven appear? Releasing inherited heaviness, choosing truth without conflict, loving without compliance, standing steady in quiet standing steady in quiet confidence. Spirit is acknowledging your maturity. So that was beautiful. And then the other numbers were 1010, 1011, 1101, 11888. So please look those up. I'm going to go ahead and um, pull a new. I'm so glad you saw that. I'm so glad that you saw this six, seven subscribers. I'm sure that will change. Please welcome on for those who resonate with this message and those who just want to support someone who is putting some light out into the world. Um, okay, divine source energy, guides of the highest white light, ancestors of the highest white light. Please give us one card for the daily collective, one card that would be most beneficial. Ooh, yeah, way too many cards. Okay. Cancel clear all negative energy. Cancel clear all previous energy. Divine source energy, guides of the highest white light. Ancestors of the highest white light. Please give us one card for the daily collective that um, that this message resonates with. One card that resonates. One number that resonates. Okay. So card 56, relationship change. 56, number 56. So as I was saying, that writing solo song is about, choosing a different direction when it comes to love. Maybe this person, you've tried so many times to be in the good graces with this person, and they've time and time again let you down. Um, so it's probably time to, choose your own way. 56. Here we go. This card indicates a time when a relationship in your life is going through a period of change. This adjustment is inevitable and necessary for the natural progression of the relationship, and the wisdom and experience gained will be great benefit to all involved. So Anytime you're going through a breakup, a tough time, look at it from the lens of, what can I learn from this? What lesson was this meant to teach me? Whether a child is leaving home, a partnership or friendship is ending, or a loved one, friend, work colleague, or neighbor is going through a change, know that you and the other person are divinely guided and protected and have the strength to carry on. This card can also indicate a positive relationship change, such as declaration of commitment, for example, a wedding or engagement. It can also indicate the resolution of an ongoing problem or dispute. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythms and cycles of your life that are leading you towards a change in relationship dynamics during this period of transition. It is important to remember that as you grow and evolve, your relationships grow and evolve too. So be flexible, adaptable, and know that all is well. And there's an affirmation that goes with this, and it is, my relationships grow and evolve for the greater good of all. And I was also picking up on an energy. So I forgot to mention another song that was channeled. I Can't Help Falling in Love, and that was an Elvis song. And so, for some of you, your love life is going toward, you're either getting into a new relationship, um, or falling deeper in love with the person that you are with, currently. So, um, thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe, like, support, at your divine service always. Thank you. Take care.